Diet Disruptors, Carrie here, and Happy New Year. It's 2023. I mean, it's just like, part of me feels like it was yesterday we were dealing with the 2020, and now it's 2023. If you are watching alongside with this live stream, put in the comments 2023. And even if you are watching this on replay or listening to this on our podcast, put in the comments 2023. Happy New Year. And, we're going to talk today about this concept of the resolution. And I'm going to suggest an entire renovation for the concept of a resolution, because we know, and I'm going to share some data with you, that resolutions don't work. And we're going to get into that. As you can see, if you are watching me on the video, I have my I Love Me hat on, because what we talk about at Disruptive Nutrition is all about disrupting the diet industry, for sure. Dieting does not work. In fact, there are two camps of how we lose weight and quote unquote get healthy. When you're at the doctor's office, for example, and the doctor says, okay, you need to lose some weight, it sets you down a rabbit hole of going down one camp. And because so often we have this myth that losing weight automatically equals we're getting healthy. And it is absolutely not true. The diet industry, the diet that many people are going to start in 2023, will actually make you unhealthier, will sabotage your goals without even knowing it. And so the words get healthy and lose weight cannot be simultaneous, because if you get healthy, you will lose weight. But if you go to lose weight, you don't necessarily get healthy. And so there are two camps in the weight loss world. One is dieting and one is blood sugar stabilization. Now, blood sugar stabilization is absolutely amazing, because not only will it allow you to lose the weight that you want to lose, but it will also get you to your optimal health, which should really be the actual goal. I think a lot of people say they really want to get healthy, but what they really mean is I want to lose weight. And so because we are so primed in the diet camp, we think, well, I'm going to start to do X, Y, and Z diet, and you lose weight in the beginning, but you will always gain it back. That is your body telling you it's not actually getting healthier. If you do something, and then the minute you stop doing it, whether it's counting calories, putting yourself at any sort of deficit, which also means keto, just giving up carbs, intermittent fasting, which is just a fancy way of saying I'm controlling the amount of calories that I'm eating, but it, especially for women, completely throws your blood sugar off unbelievably, which is the foundation of all of our health. So if you're doing something that's going to throw off your blood sugar, you're going to completely sabotage yourself. But any of these things, Optavia, Noom, I see the ads for these all the time, a faster way to fat loss, all of them are diets. They are all sitting in the camp of deprivation and dieting. And if you're going to go that way in 2023, you will be, in 1 year from now, worse off than you are today. Worse off than you are today. Or there's a camp of blood sugar stabilization, which will actually get you healthier, which will lead you towards your optimal health, and a byproduct is weight loss. I think it's so amazing that when I talk to my clients and their very first thing is I need to lose 40 pounds, 50 pounds, 20 pounds, 100 pounds, whatever it is, and they start working with us and they fully embrace the approach that we have, they are losing weight. And it's not even the number one benefit that they have. Like, they have friends that tell them, oh my gosh, what are you doing? You look amazing. And it isn't even just in weight loss. It's in a whole bunch of things. I think about Karen Lynn, who went to the doctor and knew she had been losing weight, but that was no longer her main focus, even though it was literally her life's goal. We did a podcast with her a few weeks ago, and as a captain of a dance team in high school, her coach actually said, who she was a captain, I'm not taking a fat captain to states. I mean, from that point forward, it was just literally all about the weight on the scale. She went to the doctor after working with us for under 6 weeks, and the doctor said, oh my gosh, what are you doing? You've lost 20 pounds. She had no idea she had lost that much weight. It's a byproduct. But it's amazing when it doesn't become your obsession. So we're going to dig into the concept of resolutions, and we're going to renovate it completely. We're going to start you off in 2023 with a completely new, fresh start. I want you to take notes if you can today, because I'm going to give you a variety of strategies that are going to help you move past the motivation that the new year brings on and get you into an actual renovation. And when I say that, I mean a long-term sustainable solution. A lot of people think they want to be able to do something for a lifetime. And when you're motivated, you don't even think about the fact that you are 100% not going to be motivated all the time. You just feel like, yeah, but I'm here. I don't want to be here anymore. I want to get healthy. I want to lose weight. I want to do this right this time. This is the first time. But you go at it with motivation. You go at it wanting it so badly. If you want it so badly right now, I want you to take a step back, because that is rocket fuel. That's what motivation is. It propels you to get started. It propels you to be excited. But if you think that that is going to be staying with you from, I don't know, January 5th onwards, you're wrong. And so today we're going to really dig into the concept of truly doing something different in 2023. We're done. How many years, honestly, put it in the comments. How many years do you think over and over and over again you say, this is a year. This is a year I'm going to get help. This is the year I'm going to do this. You don't have time to waste. This isn't just about gaining weight. Understand, weight gain is a symptom of health and hormones. This isn't about how you look in a bathing suit. This is about keeping you alive as long as possible, and not just alive, but thriving. I want to die young late. And that should be everybody's goal, to die young as late as possible. See, every single person was put on this earth for a reason. It wasn't to find the right diet. It was truly for something bigger. And if you start loving yourself the way you love others, you are going to be there for others. You are going to be able to serve your purpose. So the very first thing I want you to think about is exactly what you are looking to do and why. That's the number one piece. What are you looking to do and why? If you say, I really want to lose 30 pounds. Now, I have to remind you, my team talks to hundreds and hundreds of women every single month. In fact, every one of you has the opportunity to get on a call with one of our coaches and to start identifying these pieces that I'm talking about. 1, what are you looking to do and why? Why is it that you want to lose the weight? Because if it is just about 20 pounds, because that's when you feel your best, that's when you feel confident, that's when you feel like you can look in the mirror and not be grossed out. Well, let me tell you, that is not going to be enough to sustain you. And let me explain why. If you want to lose 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 70 pounds, 100 pounds, I don't care what the number is. You have this number that's in your head based on a past, based on something. Now, if you can say, okay, well, when I weighed, subtract however much weight you want to weigh, or you want to lose. When I weighed X amount, that's when I felt my best. And I always say, yeah, but will you want to diet then? Were you concerned about your weight? Then almost always the answer is yes. You were obsessed about your weight, about the scale, then too. The goal is not for you to lose a certain number of pounds, because I'm going to be real honest with you. When faced with the chocolate cake, you're going to say, I'm not going to lose the weight by tomorrow, so I might as well just have the cake today. Your willpower will always wean when A, you're not fueling your body correctly, but B, when your why is not strong. I want to die young later. And I know that food serves my soul and serves my body. I have to understand more about food and how to have that balance. And do I eat the chocolate cake? Absolutely. But it's intentional. It's not based on impulsiveness and willpower. And it's not because I want to lose a certain amount of weight. It's because I want to show up every day loving myself, being the pilot of my own plane instead of just the passenger, so that I can do the things that I was actually put on this earth to do. Here's the thing when it comes to your resolutions. When you put also like a number or a goal, I want to lose a certain amount of pounds. What happens every single time you do a diet, you lose the weight, then you're like off the diet. You're like, well, I met my goal, but you have no idea how to maintain it. And it's because the diet is designed that way. How you lose weight has to be how you maintain it. Your body cannot handle the up and down roller coaster that you've been doing with it for so long. And in fact, with every diet you go on and every diet you've been on, you're putting your health more and more at risk for metabolic disease. Metabolic disease is the leading killer of all people right now in the United States. Metabolic disease being high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, obesity, stroke, cancer, all of it can be attributed to an imbalance in blood sugar. If you don't know how to balance your blood sugar, you aren't going to be able to reach any of your goals for the long term. You might be able to lose 20 pounds, but that's going to be for a very short amount of time. You're going to put your health at risk and you're going to gain it all back, plus some friends to join along the way. So what we have to do is get really clear on what do you want and why do you want it? And that's your number one step to a renovation. What is it that I really want and why? And if you say, I really want to lose 40 pounds, then I want to know why. Why? Because I have a wedding? Okay, why? Why does that matter? You have to get deeper than the surface, and you have to get deeper than your ego. It has to be about the reasons of the heart. Because if you are doing things for ego, for what it looks like for other people, so that you can feel confident, that you can feel like you have value because it's all in what you look like on the outside, you're never going to stick with it for the long term. It's ego versus heart. Your why has to be super strong. I want to be able to kick a soccer ball with my grandkids when I'm in my 80s. That's why I show up and move my body every day, because I know a body in motion will stay in motion. A body that's not in motion will not. And when I miss a workout, I then miss another, and then I miss another, and I know how it goes. So I might as well just show up, even if it's for 15 minutes. Because I don't want to stop, because I know if I stop, it'll be harder to get started. I want to be a role model for my kids because I want them to live the most purposeful, filled, healthy life as possible. Those are the things that get me up to do it every day. It's non-negotiable when I do it for those reasons. It's totally negotiable when I do it for weight. Okay. So you got to get real clear on what you want and why you want it. That's number one. Number two, I want you to vision cast. If you don't have our notebook in our shop, go get it. We have our coaching call notebook. You can use them for every single episode that I do. Every single one, I try to give you tons of practical solutions. And the notebook leads you to really identifying very specifically certain things that I'm talking about, action steps you can take, and then points for reflection all week long until the next week. So you can go to our shop, disruptivenutrition.com/shop, to go look at the coaching call notebook. Okay, number one, what do you want and why? And I want to see that. Put it in the comments in our Diet Disruptor Squad. In our free Facebook group. If you are not a member, go be a member. If you're watching me in Diet Disruptor Squad, then you are already there. Get yourself a post. Open up a post in Diet Disruptor Squad after you've reflected on this episode. And I want you to answer these 5 types of things so that you can hold yourself accountable and we can be there for you as a group. So one, what do you want and why? I really want to know what that why is. Number 2, vision casting. Okay, so vision casting is something that we have all of our clients do. Right from when they start to sign up, we say, what is life going to look like for you a year from now if you stick with what you say you want? Now, you're not going to reach your goals, because here's the biggest thing. This is not about a goal. This is about knowing that there is no end in sight. This is not a sprint. This is not a marathon. There is no finish line. Once you say yes, you keep going. You're on the journey wherever you are. You're on the journey and it never ends. So, do I want you to be completely obsessed with your body and your food for the wrong reasons? No. But do I want you conscious and self-aware of your body and food and your thinking and your mindsets? Yes. You don't go into work without thinking about it. You don't do parenting without thinking about it. You don't have finances without thinking about it. You need to think about this, but there's a fine line between thinking and obsessing, between being empowered and disempowered, between being healthy and completely unhealthy when it comes to the relationship with your body and food. So I want you to vision cast a year from today. What does life look like for you? Life should look very different today than it does a year from now. I want you to actually state, what is it like when you get out of bed? Do you have energy? Did you sleep all night? No more hot flashes? Were you able to sleep all night long and feel rested in the morning? Right? All of the things, what are you doing? Like literally picture yourself a year from now and write it down. Vision cast that, manifest it, make it a reality. Some of you might not know what life looks like. If you don't, I want you to go to the podcast of some of the clients that we have worked with and listen to what their lives look like now compared to what they were when they started. They are telling a completely different story than they did when they started with us. I want you to write that new story today. Write that now and keep that front and center. So now you have, you know what you want and why you want it. Now you vision casted for 1 year ahead. Okay. Now, one of the things that I think is really important for you to understand in the vision casting, and I said this before, is that you can go down 2 camps, and we have been completely misguided and uneducated and how to make your dreams a reality. If you have vision casted and you have a vision for what your life will look like in a year and you decide to go on another diet, to be very honest with you, the reason why I am now doing what I'm doing after more than 20 years as an educator, a successful international speaker, an educator that has I've gotten tons of awards. I have written more than 30 online courses. I've written articles and books. I had an entire career that I 100% gave up because I knew there was no one out there teaching women what they needed to do, not just for their bodies, but for the long term. And if you think that you can replicate that by hiring some random person or by doing some random food plan, you're wrong. We need to be thinking about this completely differently. That's why I want everyone to get on a phone call with us, because regardless of where you are on your journey, we will get you on the right path. No more dieting. That is number 3. So what do you want and why? Vision casting, and then swear off diets forever. If it's trendy, if it requires you to track and count and do complicated math, if it requires you to give up a major food group, if it requires you to not eat for a certain period of time, you can't do it. Here's the 3 pieces of the litmus test before you do any nutritional approach. If you can truly answer yes to these 3 questions, great. I have never found anybody that you can do that with other than us. But I will give you that complete freedom if you have this litmus test. Are you ready? Okay. 1, is it based in science, designed for your body to thrive? Every diet is based in science. It is not designed for your body to thrive. If you have to put yourself at a deficit, if you have to deprive your body from nutrients, from food, it is not designed for your body to thrive. We are a refuel as you go machine. Number 2, would you let your kids do it? If you wouldn't teach what you are about to sign up for to your kids, you shouldn't be doing it either. Our bodies are physiologically built the same way. And if you can imagine allowing your child to fast, or if your kids would never give up carbs, you shouldn't be doing it either. 1, you're a role model, and 2, it's just not appropriate for you either. Number 3, can you do it for the rest of your life? You have to be able to do something forever. If you are doing something and you're looking at it and you're like, well, I can do it for a little while just to lose the weight, but I can't do it forever, don't do it. It's a trap. It is quicksand that you will never get out of. So swear off diets by making sure that whatever you do answers those 3 questions. Is it designed in science so that your body will thrive? Would you let your kids do it? And can you do it forever? Okay. So that's number 3, swear off dieting. Number 4, plan for consistency, not perfection. Ready? Write that down and put it in the comments. Write it down. Write down the word consistency. I want you to think about this. If I said to you, okay, I want you to eat all the food that you were going to eat for the month. I want you to eat it all today. Everything that you need to eat all month long, you're just going to eat it today. That wouldn't make any sense, right? Like you physically can't do that. And you don't want to. If I said to you, if you work out 10 hours today, you don't have to work out for the rest of the month. It doesn't make sense. We know that. Or if I said to you, you can go to work one day a month, and then once you go to work all day for 12 hours, you don't have to work for the rest of the month. No. Consistency is key. So if you start this 2023 going gung-ho, I'm going to work out and I'm going to eat right and I'm going to meditate and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to do all the things. I'm joining the gym. I'm doing all this stuff. I mean, the amount of gym memberships. Why do you think like a Planet Fitness or any one of those charges $10 a month? And they're a multi-million-dollar company. It's because they are assuming you aren't going to go and that $10 doesn't hurt that much. But they get an influx that is absolutely insane, millions of dollars every year of $10 a month memberships. Do not do that to yourself. You're setting yourself up for failure when you go in because you've got that rocket fuel of motivation and you're like, yeah, I'm going to do this and this and this and this. And then you haven't set up your lifestyle to be able to adjust to that. You haven't actually set your endurance up for that, nor have you set up truly your why. So if you're doing that because you're motivated, fine, but it's not going to last. It's literally this like spike, like a firework on the 4th of July, and it goes up and it's pretty, and then it falls down. That's never going to be a solution for life. Remember, this isn't about a short-term goal. This isn't about you losing 20 pounds, because if that's your short-term goal, you are going to be considerably at risk for every single disease out there. You are going to be discouraged and disempowered. So consistency over time. It wouldn't make sense for me to say to you, eat all of your meals for the month, and then you don't have to eat all month. You need to be eating consistently daily, 5 to 6 times a day, protein, fat, and carb. We know that, right? Consistency over perfection. But the first part is consistency. When you show up consistently day in and day out to your job, when you show up consistently day in and day out to your marriage, you don't have to be perfect. Your boss doesn't expect you to be perfect, but he expects you to show up. Your spouse doesn't expect you to be perfect, but it doesn't want super highs one day and super lows the next day. They don't want to have to come in after a long, hard day of work and wonder what version of you is going to show up, the high version or the low version. This is about the relationship between you and your body, and it requires consistency, because consistency is what builds trust. When you have trust, your body will start to do all of the things for you that you've always wanted the diet to do, but it never did. Trust is the key, and trust comes with positive interactions consistently over time, but not perfectly. So that is the number 4 concept. You show up consistently, not perfectly. You don't have to be gung-ho, and only 1%. So when I say consistently, I mean 1% progress a day. We have this amazing shirt in our shop that says 1% better every day. That is what it takes. It is not super highs and then super lows. That does not average out. Just like your blood sugar is, you go super high in your blood sugar and then super low, which is what we do in dieting, you will throw everything off, from hormones to your health, to your weight, to your energy, to your cravings, literally your mood, sleep, everything. Consistency over time, 1% progress every single day. That is all that it takes. So instead of saying, I'm going to work out for now, I'm going to eat right, pick one thing. Pick one thing that you're going to do differently. And then one thing will start to do another thing, because you are in it for the long haul. There's no race because there's no finish line. So don't go too fast just to go slow. It's the tortoise and the hare kind of a thing. Okay? The last piece, and this is the one that I think is so important. Literally, if you hear nothing else, your motivation is going to be gone. If you've ever said, I know what to do, I just don't do it. I will say you don't always know what to do, because if you're not living the disruptive nutrition lifestyle, there's some tweaking. But I know what to do, I just don't do it. Or I'm totally waking up at 5 a.m. I'm working out, and you hit snooze. You can't rely on motivation. It's not going to be there. It's super, super fickle. But if you have systems set up in your life, the systems will overpower motivation. And the more consistently you implement the systems, the more it becomes an overdrive. When you have routine and you just do, you don't think about it, it just gets done. When you start negotiating with yourself because you don't have a system, and every single time you have to show up for yourself, it becomes a negotiation, it becomes hard, it becomes work, you're not going to do it. But like, I wake up and the first thing I do is I pee and I brush my teeth. I don't even think about it. I just do it. If you start to develop systems where you just start to do certain things on a regular basis, you won't even think about it anymore. It become a part of your life. But you've got to start small. You can't do all the things. You can't take all the supplements and all the vitamins and drink all the water and do all the workout and all the nutrition and all the sleep and you're never going to do it all at once. But set up systems so that your lifestyle is conducive to you showing up for yourself. And I'm going to give you a tip on just a few systems that we have set up for you so you can do just that. And if you can set up some systems, yeah, you're going to be motivated. Take the motivation when you have it, but be aware and say right now, when motivation is not there, because it won't always be there, I have these systems set up to thrive. One of the systems that we have set up, so we got to think about this. We eat in one of three ways. We eat protein, fat, and carb every 3 hours. We call it PFC3, right? Protein, fat, and carb. Yes, a carb. 5 to 6 times a day, we are eating carbs along with protein and fat. It is the formula for food freedom. And once you learn it, you literally do not have to stress about food again. Your body starts to go in homeostasis, equilibrium, balance. So how do we eat 3 to 4 times, every 3 to 4 hours, that many times a day? We eat in one of 3 ways. One, we have amazing recipes. Now I want you to think about this. Put in the comments recipes. We have a recipe vault that has more than 500 recipes. We have been doing this for so long. We've worked with so many people, and we have an entire team of people who are developing recipes every single day to be able to bring to you blood sugar stabilized recipes that are a balance of protein, fats, and carbs, from lasagna to meatloaf, pasta, Chinese food, Asian food. We just did amazing sweet and sour chicken, Indian food, vegetarian, vegan. I mean, we work so hard to make sure when it's steak, chicken, fish, soup, side dishes, desserts, all of it, so that it will not only serve your body, but also serve your soul. And you don't have to wonder what's for dinner. My teenagers can make these meals. And we make extra so that I have extra meals the next day. Now, everybody's always asking about our recipe subscription. Always, always, always. Because I bring up recipes. We show recipes all the time. Our recipe subscription, now there's a vault with more than 500 recipes. There's an app. You can favorite them. It's amazing. There's tons of bonuses, protein shake recipes. I mean, just it's galore. And we release new recipes every single month. All of our members and subscribers say it's like Christmas on the 1st of every month, because you get a whole new set of recipes that you can try. Not only does it give you the tools and the resources, but also a bit more motivation. You get a new set of recipes to try in the month. You're like motivated all over again. And it's incredible. We only keep our recipe subscription open twice a year. We only open it twice a year. The rest of the time, my team is serving our community of subscribers and developing new recipes. So it is open now. Literally, is it today? I gotta ask my team. Like, I don't know if it's open today or tomorrow. It's gonna be open this month. It's either today or tomorrow. The recipe vault is open. It's gonna be open this month. And it is literally, it's like $20 a month. It is the best $20 a month you could spend. If you decide to subscribe for a year, which is what I highly recommend, you basically get 2 months for free. And you won't be getting that charge every month, because I hate things that charge you every month, because if you're not engaging as much as you should 1 week or a couple weeks or the day that charge comes in, you're gonna be like, I'm not using it. You're gonna cancel, and then you're not gonna have it because it will not open again. So I say go for the annual membership, and you are gonna get, not only are you gonna get this vault, but you are gonna get monthly recipes and then training every single month as well. Just the training alone is worth the $20 a month. It is the best $20 a month. It's $5 a week, you guys. And even less of that if you subscribe, and you no longer have to figure out what's for dinner. So that's one of the systems that I say set up every single Sunday. I actually open the vault. I take our grocery planner pad, which is amazing, and I plan out my dinners for the week, and then get my grocery list, because there's a grocery list included with it, and I am set. So that's one of the ways that we eat. Get yourself a system for your meals. No more eating a different meal than your kids. Everybody can be doing this. Your spouse can be doing this, and they won't even know it. And then another way that we eat is grab and go. Super, super fast. I always say turkey, almond, and an apple. I mean, there's a million ideas. 101 grab and go PFC meal ideas is included in the recipe vault. So you get that along with vegan and vegetarian grab and go meals. So you can like literally just have the puzzle pieces in your pantry. Boom, you are ready to go. And then we also do really quick, high quality protein shakes or protein bars. And it's so fast and easy. We have about 1 million protein shake recipes in the recipe vault, and as well as easy bake oven recipes. We call it easy bake oven because you could take protein powder, and we have some amazing cake recipes, muffin recipes, where you could just take stuff with you. Guys, this couldn't be easier when you have a system set up so that no matter what life throws at you, whether you're driving your kids in the car, whether you're cooking dinner, or whether you just need to grab something to go, the system is set up so you are successful. And then because you are in a recipe vault, you can ask questions, you can completely engage with us, and we can support you. It is one of the best things that we are able to offer. We only offer in January, and then we don't offer it again until July. So take advantage of that. That is a system that is going to set you up for success this year. Give yourself that gift. Okay, so let's just recap. 1, in order to renovate your resolution, you need to get really clear on what you want, but why you want it. You need to vision cast. Picture yourself a year from now. What does life look like for you? Don't get sucked into the diet. No more dieting. Your focus is on the 3 things with your litmus test. 1, is it based in science, designed for your body to thrive? 2, would you let your kids do it? And 3, can you do it for the rest of your life? Okay. Number 4, you are going for consistency, 1% progress a day, not perfection, not motivation, not rocket fuel to rely on, but that you show up for yourself. You love yourself so that you can love others consistently every day in some way, shape, or form. And the last one is set up systems. Now, we have systems galore at Disruptive Nutrition. I'm only giving you one system right now because that recipe subscription with that recipe vault, with all the bonuses that are in there and all the extras, is going to be your first step for systems. Next month, I'm giving you a little spoiler alert. We are going to do a time management and systems 2-week challenge. And so we're going to invite you all for 2 weeks to be able to get into a little bit of what we teach, deeper than even just what I talked about today in systems and time management. So if you're ready for that, I want you to put challenge in the comments because that's going to be awesome in February. But for right now, right here, 1% a day, you're going to do one thing. You're going to go get that recipe subscription. You're going to subscribe for the year, and you are going to be set up for success. Because once you're in with us, I am telling you, we do not let women fail. We set you up for success so that you get this. Remember, in order to get something different, you have to do something different. And it starts with today. It starts with this renovation of resolutions, these 5 steps. We'll put a link for the recipe subscription in here. I actually don't know that it's open today. I got to ask my team. I should know these things, right? But I will. we'll make sure that we are sending out emails. We're letting you know we are not going to let this go. But if you want to be in the recipe subscription, just write subscription and we'll make sure we get that link to you too. All right, you all. I mean, here is to the best year ever. 2023 is your year. You've got this as long as your why is strong. I am excited to experience every single bit of this with you. And remember, wherever you are in your journey, we want to be a part of it. Grab a phone call with a coach, get your recipe subscription, start thinking about your why, comment in our Diet Disruptors Quick Facebook group. We want to hear from you. You got this. Thanks. Bye.